And what I want to do here is give you some education about what's going on with water. It's really simple. There's three things that will come out of this conversation. Number one is the water in your body is not the water coming from the tap. It's not the water coming from a bottle of water. The water in your body is something called biowater. It is structured, organized, molecularly, geometrically, crystalline structured water. It's the same water that you can see in that lake behind us here. It's the same water that comes down a mountain stream. It's the same water that comes through a river. That's organized molecular structure. The water from a tap is basically destructured. It's been influenced. That's point number two. Let's talk about point number two. What is that influence? That influence is basically 110 plus pollutants and contaminants that are affecting that once natural water and now becomes processed water or tap water or bulk water. Now the question is, how do chemicals, pharmaceuticals, pesticides, all kinds of different things here, plastics, how do they affect the molecular structure of the water? Well, the issue is tapped and processed water, bottled water, isn't natural. Let's not confuse it with being natural. So number one is these pollutants and contaminants take a lot of energy for your body to process, to be able to absorb and to be able to hydrate you. Okay. In addition to that, the molecular structure of the water that's processed is weak. It has a lack of integrity. So if I were to give you an example of a happy or unhappy child, water in its clear state as a crystalline molecular structure is a very happy child. It's very energized. It's a communication device, okay? On the other hand, when you get water from your tap or from a municipal source, it's kind of crinkled up. It has a lack of integrity in its structure. It doesn't design itself well. It started out as tap water. It started out as natural water, but that's not what happened to it. So why is that a problem? Number three is that water has a problem converting into the structured water in your body because it's destructured. So that means these pollutants, contaminants are literally affecting the molecular structure and the harmony of that water. In fact, it's very disharmonic water. I know they say it's clean. It is clean. 7.5 pH, so forth and so on. It's met all its requirements on a municipal level, but not on a vibrational level, not on a molecular level. And we'll learn a little bit more here on the website about the difference between chemical composition and molecular structure. But let's talk about the impact of tap water and bottled water and why it's a problem for your body to structure. It's something called surface tension. And surface tension is producing very high dynes. And dynes are molecular sizes in surface tension. Surface tension is the ability for something to absorb. So when you put all these chemicals and you put all these pollutants and you put all of these pesticides in the water, natural water, it affects the molecular structure. Yes, it's clean as far as science says, but really, is it clean? Is it absorbing? So here you have a molecular structure that's, as I said, is dented or has lack of integrity, and that water produces dyne sizes of 75 to 80 size dynes. The body digests molecularly at 40 to 46 dynes. Can you see a disconnect there? Can you see a problem there? Well, what's happening is the water from a municipal supply, bulk water, processed water, tap water, or the glorified reverse osmosis water that's called bottled water, which started out as processed tap water, is not absorbing down the aquaporin channel for the molecular structure of your cells and tissues. It's clogging up at the top of that aquaporin channel. Why is that a problem? Because that means the cells and tissues don't get hydrated. They don't get the information they need. They don't get the nutrition. They're not able to clean and detox. So they degenerate and they die. But first they go through an inflammation stage, as do you when water doesn't hydrate. So I'll leave you with this before you go to the next section. Last year, a study was done in the United States of America that said there was 75% chronic dehydration. Now, 75% chronic dehydration means that 2.5 cups of water is all someone's drinking. That level of inflammation in 5 or 10 years is going to be catastrophic. It already is now, but it's very quiet. So tap water has a direct relationship on hydration. You can drink a lot of tap water, but it's not absorbing down that aquaporin channel. So what I'd like to do is share with you some solutions. Solutions that will give you pure, natural, healthy, highly oxygenated water right in your own tap.